Hi, I'm Alyson the Crocheter.
And I'm Vivian the Knitter, and you're listening to Keep Calm and Carry Yarn.
Hello, and welcome to episode 43 of Keep Calm and Carry Yarn. This is a knitting and crocheting podcast hosted by me and my mom, Vivian. I'm recording from my home here in Edinburgh.
And I'm recording from my home here in New Hampshire.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
We have a special thank you to Tamara Melton to 2011, who left a comment on our Ravelry thread in our Ravelry group. So, hello. She just was saying hi and that she'd found our podcast recently and that both her mom and her knit and crochet, but she's a better crocheter and her mom's a better knitter, kind of like us.
Sounds familiar.
Except you don't crochet at all and I don't knit at all. Pretty much.
Yeah, but I know how to crochet and you know how to knit.
And I know how to knit. Yes, this is true.
So I can crochet better than you can knit. Probably.
Yeah. But more on that later.
So, we picked a BuzzFeed quiz.
Mm-hmm. It is, which hot sauce matches your personality? And I have really come to love spicy food, I feel like, in the last few years. I have one of those line a day notebooks that my aunt gave me as a wedding present. She gave me one and she gave Sam one. It's the same one. And it is the bane of our lives because we never remember to do it. So there's times where I'm like, oh, great, I've got 2 weeks worth of things that I have to write because every day asks you a different question. And so one of the questions from a couple of days ago was something about what food have you been craving lately? And last year I had written spicy food and I'd been on this spicy food kick for a few months. And now looking at it this year, I'm like, I still love spicy food. So I always would eat spicy food before, but I feel like now I love spicy food.
When you were younger, you didn't really eat a lot of spicy food. Even the Korean noodles was too spicy for you.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't put the whole spice pack in because that's spicy. But Sam and I do eat a lot of spicy food, and he was saying that he probably eats more spicy food now since he's met me than he would have done before.
Like spicy Asian food or not Asian food?
No, spicy any food. Like if we have pasta, just extra chili flakes or Mexican food and Asian food. And stuff.
So what did you get?
I got sriracha. It says, boom, you're a force of nature. You enjoy the occasional night in, but getting out there and experiencing life's many adventures is more your speed. Which is not really true because I enjoy the occasional night in more than occasionally.
You enjoy the occasional night out and not occasional night in, but a usual night in.
Yeah, usual night in.
Guess what? I got the same thing. So what'd you pick for your stuff? There's only 6 questions, so it was nice and quick.
Yeah. Well, so my favorite cheese, I mean, one of the options was just cheese is gross, so that's wrong. And then cheddar, Swiss, or feta, I picked cheddar.
I picked feta.
I find it to be too salty.
Yeah.
For a pet, I picked dog because obviously.
I picked cat because we have cats.
And then my morning coffee, I put sugar.
I put cream.
See, I put sugar and milk in, and I don't really use cream anymore, so that's why I put sugar.
Pick a smell. I had a hard time with this.
Fresh baked cookies.
Me too. It was either that or bacon frying. I couldn't pick.
For a second, I thought you were going to say a rose, and I was just like, "Are you crazy?"
No. Dinosaur. That's a weird one. Pick a dinosaur.
T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, or Brontosaurus. I picked a Triceratops.
I picked a Brontosaurus because I think they're cute. Even though they're humongous.
Yeah, I was going to say they're massive.
Pick a vacation spot.
I said beach because that's going to be my next vacation. Florida.
Yay! You're going there twice.
I know, twice in not that very
2
long.
months? Something like that?
Yeah. I'm a bit spoiled, but
yeah. Right.
That was it.
That was it. I wonder what
See,
the other spices were.
Me too, but oh, here I got one. Tapatio. That was a different one. It's a Mexican, maybe. Anyway, so there are other ones. Sometimes I'm convinced it's rigged, and there's just one answer. One of these days, we're gonna stumble across one of them.
Yep.
Right.
On to our crafty content.
Do you want to go first? Do you have any whips?
I've been working on the same thing. I didn't
Your
get very far.
Zweig sweater.
My Zweig sweater and my sheep mittens. I didn't get very far with either of them because I was traveling. This past week was Madeline's vacation week, and we traveled down to Virginia for half a week and didn't get a whole lot done. Though I thought I was so close to the waistband for my Zweig, but I still have 2 inches to go.
That seems
it's
like
taking a
fairly
long
close
time. Yeah, and then my mittens, I did work on them on the flight going down there, but on the flight coming home, I couldn't find my reading glasses because I had just tucked them in one of my bags and I couldn't remember which bag, and I didn't feel like looking for it, so I just didn't bother. And it was only the flight's just over an hour, so I worked on some purse socks, and that was it. And since I've been home, all sorts of chaos has happened.
Well, going back to your sheep mittens, Kelly from Two Ews Fiber Adventures, the podcast, had commented about your sheep mittens.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That she wants to make. There's like somebody adapted it into a pillow.
Yeah, I saw that in the
really
project pages. Yeah, it is really cute. Yeah, especially if you do like the boy sheep and the girl sheep, face to face.
Oh, one either. Oh, on the same side of the pillow, or
same side? It's the one that I saw had a boy sheep and a girl sheep, and they were facing each other.
I see. This one's got like just a big sheep on one side.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what's on the other side.
Yeah, that's really cute. I like that. It's like, oh, that wouldn't be really hard to adapt. You just have to.
What would you have to do?
You just use the chart because it's a full
yarn?
sheep, and then bigger yarn. I was gonna say thicker gauge yarn to make the pillow a bit bigger. And that's pretty much
just
it.
a mitten-sized pillow
for your dolls. So yeah.
Well,
so that's all I have been working on. So not a whole lot of whipping for me.
I'm also sort of same thing. We're still working on my honeycomb cowl, which is for the Colorwork KCAL that we're hosting, and I've not gotten terribly far on that, but it's coming out to be a good size. I've wrapped it around my neck a couple times and I think it's going to be good, especially because when I first tried to make it with the other yarn last year, it was definitely too small, I think, and I could wrap it around my neck twice, but it was a bit tight. So that is still going, and then my baby blanket is still going, and I think I just hate myself because I completely pulled out one of the sections again. So last time we spoke, I was working on the white section, which was the bean stitch, which looks kind of basket weavy, herringbony.
Yeah, that's.
So I'd done it all in I made the white stripe the length that I was going to make it, and then I kept looking at it, and I realized it just was too wider than the rest of the blanket. It was too loose, too many little fingers to get into all the holes. And then I realized, I should have just gone down a hook size, because here was me trying to figure out decreasing or blah blah blah. So at first I was in denial, and I moved on to the next color, and I did a couple rows, and then I decided, no, this isn't going to work. So I ripped it all out, and I started again. So I'm nearly done again, and it looks much better. The gauges, the stitch is tighter, and it just looks nicer. But I've also experimented with, because the orange that I picked, or that I've done is as the first color, is the linen stitch, and it's really stretchy.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
it's
nice.
a lot stretchier, but it's a lot stretchier than the other colors, and I don't like it. So I'm reinforcing it with a slip stitch on the back in a zigzag, so
You're
that
crazy.
it's not. I am crazy, but I was planning on I did a bit, but then I've stopped because I'm like, okay, I'll only finish that if I decide I'm actually gonna fabric line the back.
Uh-huh.
So, because then otherwise the back looks funny because it's Like I said, I hate myself. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh my God.
Um,
Maybe it would have
I
been
was working.
easier if you just found a pattern and just followed somebody else's pattern instead of.
No, no, no. I hate myself. Never mind that I work for a blanket company and we sell baby blankets. I was working on it at lunch today and they're like, "Oh, what you working on?" And I was like, "Baby blanket." And it's just like, because why buy a blanket when you can spend 7 months making one? So, anyways,
Yeah.
it'll get done.
Yeah, and you get a discount, and I'm sure the baby blankets that you guys sell is
They're very nice, yes.
very nice, right?
But they're not handmade with love and all that. Love and pure frustration.
Okay.
So,
Love, sweat, and tears.
yeah. The other whip I have is a knitting project. So, do you
I
remember?
haven't heard of this one yet.
No, I took this from you. This kit, this Wool in the Gang kit.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Was this? Why did you have this? Did someone give it to you?
Yeah, it was like a Christmas thing,
Swap.
thing. Yeah.
Right. So it's a Wool in the Gang tender loving clutch. And the kit comes with the yarn, which is it's like black t-shirt yarn. It's Jersey Be Good, which is 98% cotton, 2% elastane t-shirt yarn. This yarn is made in Turkey from fabric roll offcuts. And then the actual clutch, well, it comes with 10 millimeter needles, which is the size 15 wooden needles. And it comes with a tapestry needle and a few rings for the straps, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the clutch has 3 different versions: beginner, easy, and intermediate. I've got straight for intermediate.
Really?
Obviously. Well, so the beginner is just garter stitch, the easy is double moss stitch, and the intermediate is a diagonal stitch. Which is done with slip stitches. Is that the right term?
I suppose, but that looks like it's like the black hole. I can't see anything but black.
So basically, so you have to, so if you're working on the front, you would have the yarn in the front and then do 2 slip stitches and then bring the yarn back to the back and do 2 knit stitches.
Okay, yeah. Slip stitches.
So yeah. So it just is a zigzag like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I decided to do this. I decided to do it because I knew that I was just working on same old projects and I needed something different and new.
And you wanted to blind yourself too with the black yarn.
I didn't pick the black. It came with the black.
I know, it came with it, but probably not the best time of year to be working with the black because lighting's not really good at your place.
It's all right. I think the pattern's all right. I don't know how this would work if you were literally a beginner.
Well, you didn't pick the beginner.
No, I didn't. I'm just saying, like, if I had never knit in my life and I picked this up as like, I'm going to learn how to knit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a little difficult just because it's a very small booklet.
Mm.
Like, you definitely have to, like, I think Google things.
Mm-hmm.
But I had trouble with the tension. I started it and then got a couple rows in and then undid it because the bag itself is meant to be a certain size, and whatever I'd done, it was significantly larger. So I'm having to knit it really tightly.
Too bad you don't have a smaller needle.
But that's the thing. Like, these are the needles they give you. This is the yarn they give you, and they give you the tension. There's no way you'd make that gauge without doing it really tightly.
Well, some people are tighter knitters than others.
Yeah, but if you're a tighter knitter, then you're doing it tightly, aren't you?
I don't know.
But it's just it's really tight. Like, I have to really. I mean, it makes sense because you want to make a nice, solid,
nice and dense
fabric. Dense for a bag. But my hands hurt.
Yeah. Maybe you should get smaller needles.
Nope. I'm just gonna do it like this. I've got the kit. It's gonna be fine. What? It is.
I mean,
ever
I
so
am
slightly.
gonna see you in a couple weeks. I think I might have some size 11s.
The wood's pretty soft. Like I'm definitely like denting it
Oh, really?
with the
Uh-huh.
like I'm making marks into the wood
Yeah.
because that's how tight it is. Like
We both made the same sound effect at the same time.
So I'm doing that.
Nice. I haven't.
And-
You did. I'm surprised you didn't even tell me about that.
I only just started it over the weekend, and today is Monday. So I know I made a mistake on the side. I must have. I don't know, but I have trouble knowing, like, if I need to undo something, knowing which way to put the loop back onto my needle.
Oh.
Does that make a difference? It makes a difference, right?
It does, because if you put it the wrong way, then your stitches
Yes.
are twisted.
Right. So which way is the right way?
The right side of the loop is in front, and the left side of the loop is in the back.
Does
make
that
sense?
change if you're on the left needle?
When you're purling back, as long as you're not doing a garter stitch, it's the same thing. The right side
Both way.
is in the front, and the left side is in the back.
Oh, yeah. I see. Gotcha.
Yep.
Right. Those that's
Oh, I did look at our shared notes. So we have a Google Doc that we share, and when I looked at your whips, it said
Watik?
Watik. What's a Watik? Oh,
Wool and the gang.
It's like, what the heck is that?
All right, so if you don't have any real whips, do you have an FO?
I actually do have an FO. So, because I was traveling, my purse socks, which usually stays in my purse, and I work on at the DMV or the bank, wherever, I finished a pair of purse socks.
Nice.
They're knit picks, and the color is called Gumball, and I use some old purple for the heels and toes, and cuffs. So
That looks really nice. I like those colors.
yeah, in fact,
I like that it's pretty colorful, like kind of rainbowy, but not. I don't. Muted isn't the right word, but
it it is darker than it usually is because it's wet right now. It's super wet. It kind of reminds me of Wicked because it's got the greens and the purples and the other colors.
of Wicked.
You know, the play Wicked.
But it's got. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of like the oranges as well, though.
Well, there's orange in it too. There's also pink, like the pink for Glinda.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. So these are for my feet probably because I made them to my size. Unless somebody claims. I mean, there have been times where I'm wearing a pair of hand-knit socks and a family member has said, "Oh, I like those," and then peels them off of my feet and then puts it on their feet and like, "Oh, they fit me too." Fine, you can have them. So that has happened.
Yeah. I've been wearing my hand knit sock the last few days because the office
Cold.
is freezing.
Which ones?
I don't know. I've got a pair of the ones I was wearing the last couple of days were a blue and greeny one.
I don't remember either.
The ones I have in my drawer, I've got like a bluey greeny one. I've got the pink and blue one that's sort of cotton candy colored that I wore holes through. It's got like a herringbone stitch.
Oh
in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then I've got
That was the sock that just about killed me.
Why?
Because I could because they lived in my purse. So whenever I pulled them out, I couldn't remember like which row I was in, and when you work on them every day, you remember the stitch pattern. But if you go a couple weeks without working on it and you pull them out again, it's like crap. I don't remember anything, and you have to pull out the pattern. So that just about killed me. And then it was after I did those socks, I decided I am not doing pattern socks anymore. I'm just going to do plain socks with fun yarn colors. So,
Oh, but they're honestly my favorite socks.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to make if I make pattern socks, they just can't be purse socks. They have to be something I work on all the time.
Dedicated projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the herringbone rib socks by Christy
I remember that.
Schuler.
I got that yarn
the other
in
one,
Kentucky.
I think must have just been a purse socks. You in your projects on Ravelry, you've just named it Smugs socks.
Oh, okay. I worked on an.
You dyed it yourself with a sock blank.
Oh, okay. Okay, I remember them now.
Yeah.
I don't always put my purse socks in Ravelry.
I think this one is because you dyed it.
No, I should be a little bit better.
And then I've got the massive mismatched knee highs. I don't wear those very often.
Those are really cute, though.
Yeah, I wear them with like a short dress, tights.
Do they not fall down? You have to constantly tug
not
at
too
it?
much. Like,
No?
I mean, I think a little bit of slouch makes it look nice. So, but other than that, I got fat thighs, so it keeps it up. I'm just kidding. That's not why. It just stays up.
Now you're gonna have to take a picture of all your socks.
Okay. And then there's another like purpley, pinky, plummy striped ones. Maybe that was probably just purse socks as well.
Yeah.
And I think those are the only socks I have.
You have more socks than anybody else.
Emily. Wait. Yeah. No.
Emily had a few, but then she blew out like a couple of heels and stuff because she would wear them to warm up in when she danced. So, but other than that, she really wasn't wearing wool socks in Miami, right? So, yeah.
Maybe that's what my next request will be, a pair of socks from you, something patterned.
Patterned? Oh boy. Don't get too greedy. No, I don't have any other FOs. I do have. I have been working on something, but I can't talk about it.
How come?
Because I can't.
Can you tell me later?
No.
What?
I can't even tell you. You'll figure it out. You'll see it when I see you. In 2 weeks. I'm going to see you in less than 2 weeks.
Yes, Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Yeah. I was actually just today going through the website, and I've started to write down a short list of the vendors that I want to look at, but I need to shorten it again.
Yeah, I have a list too.
6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 18 vendors on the list.
I think if we're going to be there all day, we'll be able to see everybody.
Yeah, no, I think we'll be able to see everybody. But like, if I prioritize which people I definitely want to buy something from, so don't go crazy. Last year, I was really good, and I put aside a little bit of money each month to save for my spending money for the Yarn Festival. And this year, I did not do that. So, but I do know I want to buy, or I want to try to find a shawl pin.
But you know you're going to be there with your mommy's credit card, so.
Yeah, so actually, before I forget, on the topic of our whips and our FOs and stuff, just a reminder that we're still in the middle of the Colorwork KCAL that ends on April 26th, which is the last Friday of April. So any sort of color work is allowed. We've got lots of people participating in the Ravelry thread. There will be prizes of some sort. It's really casual. Whips are allowed, and I think I've pretty much decided that even if you don't have a FO, you probably will still be eligible for prizes, because why the hell not?
Yeah, that's how we roll. Do you think we'll do another video episode while we're together?
We don't have to.
I don't know if we'll have time. If we have time. Yeah. If not...
Maybe we can do some vlogs from Sky.
Oh, that would be nice.
Invest in a selfie stick.
Yeah, there's nobody in the family has one of those.
I think they're no, not underrated. I think they are unnecessarily scorned.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it depends. Like, because some people go a little overboard and carry them everywhere and use them all over the place.
yeah, but I feel like generally speaking,
It is a
it is
very practical
handy.
thing, yes.
Yeah, like you don't have to ask a stranger to take a picture for you. Like, I don't know. Except this is maybe I, this is a weird thing to admit, but usually when I'm traveling, if I need to get somebody, well, traveling in Europe or America, and I want somebody to take a picture, I find another Asian person and ask them to take my picture. And I don't really know why, but
Because Asian people are always taking pictures.
no, well, no, I mean, the other thing is like you ask somebody who's also trying to take a picture and then you do like a picture swap, like I'll take a picture. In that case, it doesn't really matter. But if it's just somebody walking around, I just feel a connection with them. I feel like they're not going to run away with my phone, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well,
right.
basically, if you look for another tourist, you'll probably be okay. Probably be okay. No guarantees.
Sorry, that was really unrelated to anything. You do you have something for yarny bits and bobs? I see you've got some notes in there.
Yeah, I had something. I mean, it's not really yarny bits and bobs, but I saw goats, and they're kind of related. So the family, we decided we didn't have anything to do the other day, so we decided to go to the MSPCA Nevins Farm in Methuen, Massachusetts. It's just over the border from New Hampshire. I mean, literally, the border is here, and then you can throw a rock at where the farm is, and it's a lot bigger than I thought. I mean, we drive by it all the time, and they have farm animals like ponies and goats, pigs that they rescue from either farms that can't keep them anymore or hoarders. There was one family that was hoarding goats a couple years ago, and I think they had to rescue like 27 goats. They were overrun with goats. Yeah. And we did see the goats. They were very cute. So and I was like, oh, I wonder what if you guys are yarn goats. I didn't know. There was no sign saying what they were. But they were really
breed of yarn. Well, I mean, breed of goats. Yarn goats.
Yarn goats. They were so cute. And of course we had to see the puppies and the kitties. And it's just so sad and so sweet at the same time. Your heart breaks when you see some of these animals that have been surrendered because either the family member died or they can't keep them anymore. And some of those cats were 10, 15 years old, and you wonder what they were thinking. Like, oh no, I've been abandoned, and they're stuck in a box with these other cats. And they were all very sweet, and I wish I could have taken them all home. And I think your sister is wearing down your dad. She really,
about a third cat.
She really, yes. Where's the?
You found a cat that those are goats.
Yes, these are goats. But they're so cute.
Wait, a third cat. Let's go back to that. She's going to college. She doesn't need a third cat.
I know. So we have the two cats, Sushi and Willet. Sushi tolerates Willet. I think Willet would like to snuggle with Sushi more, but Sushi is more of a human snuggler. And she gets mad when Willet tries to snuggle with her because he's big now. He used to be smaller than her because he's younger. But he's so much bigger, like when he's lying on top of her, she's like being crushed. Like, okay, get away from me.
Yeah. So
Valence was saying, I think it would be nice if Willet had a little baby to play with.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's how it started. So we've been looking at kittens. I don't think we'll get one because, like you said, she is going to college.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got something for favorite things.
Oh, yeah? What do you have?
Yeah. So, I watched a documentary on Netflix, which I do not watch documentaries, but it was so good. It's called AlphaGo. And the reason I found out about it was because it was in my Colgate alumni magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Because a Colgate alum was one of the producers or something like that of the documentary. Anyway, it's about a computer program called AlphaGo, which is being developed by DeepMind in London.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to do with an ancient Asian board game called Go,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like a big grid, or the board is a big grid, and then there's two players, and one player plays with white pieces, and one player plays with black pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And they say something like there are more configurations for a game of Go than there are atoms in the universe. I don't really know how that works. But basically, we've obviously gotten, a computer can play chess, but to get a computer program to play Go is like a massive accomplishment because it's so complex and there's so many different gameplays, despite it being a relatively simple game. So DeepMind has developed artificial intelligence software to play Go. And so the documentary is about that. And it's so emotional. It's so good. Like, so it starts off and they test it with the European Go champion who lives in France. I think he's Chinese, Fan Hui, and he loses,
Mm-hmm.
but he ends up joining DeepMind's team to try to perfect the software. And then they go to Korea and have this tournament with like one of like the world champions, Lee Sedol, and he plays it 5 different times. And I won't say if he wins or loses or what,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's honestly, it's amazing. I made Sam watch it like the next day. I said he had to watch it.
I mean, even though Go is a Chinese game, I don't know how to play it. I do remember as a kid we played on a Go board, and it was like playing Connect 4 or Connect 5. I think Connect 5. And that was the only way we knew how to play. But I don't
So
think
basically, I think so you take turns putting your pieces on the board, and what you want to do is sort of create enclosures with your pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So once you connect all your pieces in some sort of enclosure, if there are pieces of the other person's color stuck inside that, they get taken out of the board, and then you score points for how big of an enclosure you make.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. But
So
it's a really good documentary, and I really recommend it.
Interesting.
I nearly cried.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. Like thinking about it's about a computer program, like developing.
Yeah, I think that's
computer.
why, because obviously everyone's on the side of the human player,
Uh-huh.
and it's that weird element where pretty much no one's on the opponent's side except for the few. There's a small team of developers, and they're obviously on the side of the computer game, but the whole country is on the side of Lee Sedol because he's like the human element. So yeah, it gets pretty emotional.
That's funny. We've also been watching something on Netflix, and it's, I guess, considered a documentary. On Netflix, it's called Kitten Rescuers, and Jo Brand is the host.
Who's Jo Brand?
She is a comedian, actress, writer person from the UK.
Oh, no, I recognize her.
Okay.
I just Googled her.
You just didn't know what her name was.
I recognize her, yeah.
And, but when it originally aired, it was called Jo Brand's Cats and Kittens, and it aired on Channel 5. So anyway, it's, kitten, the RSPCA runs around the country rescuing kittens, and most of the stories have a happy ending. There's a few stories that don't have happy endings, but they're just so cute and so sweet. And I think that's kind of like why Madeline started wanting to get another kitten. Because we didn't watch the last episode. There's only one season, and we haven't watched the last episode yet because we're saving it. Because like once we watch it, there isn't any more. Yeah. So we're saving it. I don't know what we're saving it for. But it's really sweet, and it's really nice seeing what the RSPCA personnel, what they do to rescue these kittens. I mean, they rescue more than just kittens, but this show is about kittens and cats. But what they'll, the filth and the dirt or whatever that they have to crawl in to rescue, it's just amazing. But then at the other spectrum, you think about the horrible humans that abandon cats or pets in an abandoned, like they'll move from an apartment and just leave them in the apartment with a can of food and a bowl of water and think they can last for a few months. I mean, it's crazy. So there are a couple of stories like that. It's like, what's wrong with people? Yeah. No. Yeah, but those ended up being a happy ending, so it was fine. It turned out fine in the end, but
for the cats.
For the cats, yeah, in the end. But I'm sure they went through a lot of trauma in the meantime.
Oh.
So that was my favorite thing, watching cats on TV.
Go figure. I don't have anything else.
No, we have not been very productive.
No. I do want to apologize for the last episode.
What did you do?
Difficulties. I don't really know what I did, but I cut off the last 8 minutes of the video, and Sandra commented being like, your spiel isn't there. Now we'll do the actual spiel, yeah? Yeah?
Sure.
Unless you have any shop talk?
No, I have no shop talk, but I can't wait to see you in Edinburgh.
Well, we'll have lots of things to talk about either next time or the time after, when we've got the Yarn Festival under our belts and Sky.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Okay. With that, you can find our show notes at our website, which is kcacypodcast.wordpress.com. You can follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is just kcacypodcast. That's KCACY for Keep Calm and Carry Yarn. My personal Instagram is Alyson here. My mom's personal Instagram is upstate_Viv. Like, comment, subscribe, comment wherever you're watching or listening. You can find the video versions on YouTube, and you can listen to us wherever you find podcasts. And make sure to join our Ravelry group. Just search for Keep Calm and Carry On podcast in the group tabs, and especially join in the Colorwork KCAL and tell us what you're working on. So thank you for listening.
And remember to keep calm and carry yarn.